Morning everyone, I'm just going to go through a few different things today in a few different videos to explain a few different techniques, a few reminders for you and a few different tasks that you can be doing over your time at home learning as well as over Christmas as well. I know some of you have also forgotten your art books. Hopefully we can sort that out if you answer me in the classrooms, but if not, there's some tasks here so that you can get on with things at home even if you don't have all the equipment, so that there's no excuses to be doing absolutely nothing. All of what I'm going to be going on about today is in the schemes of work, so if you are stuck with anything, move on to the next thing, as we are going to do everything after Christmas anyways, so it just gives you a bit of chance to get ahead as well. So the first thing, I'm going to be doing a demonstration with colouring pencils. I'm going to be doing those because I'm thinking about the interest page. Now remember, that's up on Google Classrooms, an explanation about how to do it and an example as well, but I'm just going to really quickly explain it in case you find it a bit easier with someone talking to you instead. So with the interest page is anything that interests you, okay? Your project at the moment is on identity, so it should be really unique to you. It can be absolutely anything, so it can be to do with logos, it can be to do with fashion, perfumes, makeup, it could be to do with animals, it could be to do with one of your hobbies, it could be to do with a favourite TV show. So have a think about what you like to do. For example, if you say, I only come home from school and I only listen to music, things like that, you could be thinking about musical instruments or different types of headphones and things like that. So there's absolutely loads of options. You can have lettering on there, so your name, but think really carefully about how you're drawing it. So don't just write your normal writing for everything. Have a look on Google and look at lettering styles, and there's absolutely loads of things out there to help inspire you. If you are drawing from things, I would really advise you not drawing straight from out your own head, drawing from photographs, as they always come out a bit stronger. But for the interest page, you do not need to draw from your own photograph, so you can look at something online and be drawing from that instead on your piece of work instead. Now with your interest page, it's really important to think about your composition. Now it's thinking about things like scale and how you're arranging all the items that you're putting on there. Now I'd advise you to be drawing out a quick sketch just on a rough bit of paper first, to work out where exactly you're going to place everything before you do it up on your bigger piece of paper, on your A3 paper. Now you can, for example, have lots of smaller things, but you need to think about how well they link, or you could be thinking about having things at a bigger scale. So I attached an image already of somebody that's done quite a few smaller bits, but they have filled up most of the background. I'll try to find a photograph if I've still got it on my laptop, or if I can find it next week when I'm back in school. But there was, for example, one of the girls the other year who did a horse, so she was a horse rider, and she actually made it cover half the page, but she had it jumping over a perfume bottle and things as well. So she was thinking really cleverly about how she was arranging her work. So you can do some bigger pieces as well. But when you do bigger pieces, remember, we do expect to have lots of detail in those. Okay, so that's your interest page. There should always be something that you can have on there. As I said, if it's music you're listening to, it could be quotes from films, tea, if that's all that you do when you get home, drink loads of tea. So absolutely up to you. The second video I'm going to do is just a really quick reminder of how to use your pencils, especially how to use pencils to get skin tone if you're doing your portrait. Please do not do your portrait though if you are going to struggle with any of it at all. I don't want you struggling at home and then us having to restart when you get back. It's absolutely fine to hold on to that till after Christmas if you're stuck and move on to the other work instead. If you are doing your portrait, make sure after you've got all your features to check they're in the correct, and after you've done all that, make sure their placement is correct. Then make sure to rub out your grid. It's really important before you get your tone in, as it's going to be really hard to rub it out without losing your detail in your work. Okay, but pretty much your portrait is thinking about all your facial features that you've been drawing. Now, I know on the A3 portrait it's harder to see them because obviously they're absolutely loads smaller. So just think back sometimes what eyes looked in a certain angle and things, wanting to get more detail. So you don't need to do it exactly like the portrait, the tone and things if you're going to struggle a lot. So I'm going to show you how to do skin tone because we haven't done absolutely loads of that. It's only going to be a really quick demonstration. The last thing I'm going to show you is how to do some biro drawing. And this is for a task that I would have been setting over Christmas / just as we come back. And that is to draw 2 things A4 size from your interest page. The really important thing about these drawings though is it has to be from your own photograph or something straight in front of you, okay? So I'm going to show you how to be doing that, but you'll need to get your own photographs to do with your interest page. So if it's music, you might get a photograph of part of the guitar. If it was, I'm trying to think now, sorry. If it was through tea, it might be a mug, so you can do that. So have a think over that one, and I'm going to show you how to do biro, and I'm going to show you, well, you already know how to use your pencils. I'm going to show you colouring pencils as well, because you're welcome to do them in different mediums. But I'm just thinking about what you might have at home. Now, I would suggest if you don't have your proper art paper at home, those drawings, by the way, sorry, that I was just talking about, only need to be A4. So if you have an art book, even if it was one from year 9 that has a few pages left that you can rip out, you could be doing it on that. Or if you're doing it on thinner paper, biros get you a better finish than using your pencil. So that's why I wanted to do that demonstration today. Anyways, I hope I'm going to do a few other ones and then put them up in classrooms. And hopefully that will help you with your work just during this time. Okay, thank you, bye.